Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Beautiful people, you're welcome to the Snap Talk with your girl Teddy Tenjo every Saturday right from 6 to 7.
It is your responsibility omwana wo kubeera mu nyumba nga tebambo teyasuze bweru mbo bamubanja rent. Koyo kulaba abalenzi abasajja abakunga butufu tebabuulirirwa nga babulamu.
Towerabira nti tuli wano ku the Alternative Dig Talk. Mukwano gwange gwali topic kiri wandyagadde twogereko. Is it about family?
You can take your time. Look for a job, stabilize, men will come. Men will always be there, you will get the men. Bonna goyagala musajja yenna goyagala ojja mufuna.
Embaga ketuuke. Bino bitu byasenga na ojja bafuna.
Naye ng'oli asitudde ttu yakedde ku macabaga nti nsitudde ttu. Naye nga mutuufu agambye nti gy'akyali. Akyali muto.
Is it outside family? Is it society? Oh, could it be relationships? Just be commenting a topic yona gyandyagadde twogereko tujja kwa tujogera kwano ku the Alternative Dig Talk ku share enganzi the Snap Talk.
You have got to get up pretty early to go do something. We are the Alternative Dig Talk. With our mobile studios, we are redefining TV presentation just as technology is setting the pace. We are blending our approach with fresh, perspectively designed breakfast show, The Mighty Drive, informative and entertainment show, exclusive and live interviews.
We President Museveni wadde juzi namulaba apima akawunga kilo 2 tasobola kalya nini bwaba alya kilo 5 oyannema okuliisa eggwanga ne bwe limundekera.
Njagala kwebaza the Alternative Dig Talk etuwadde kano ka Mighty Drive era n'abatuwuliriza bonna abali ku mikutu njagala basaba mugendo maaso n'okuwuliriza.
All given to you just a click away on your phone, tablet, laptop and smart TVs as we are streaming live on our social media platforms, on the road and on the go. We are the Alternative Dig Talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
On set, 5 minutes past 7 a.m. A very, very good morning and a warm welcome to the Mighty Drive Show. The Parliament of Uganda has yet again surprised each and everyone after passing 200 million shillings to each legislator for them to acquire themselves a brand new car. And by the way, this money is not accountable. In case you don't want to buy a car, you can just use it and address any of your concerns. And yes, the Pegasus surveillance spy network is also taking its turn. Rwanda is spying on Uganda. Apparently, 2 of Ugandans' top officials were and are still being monitored by the Pegasus spy software. That and much more comes your way in this edition of the Mighty Drive Show. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, the guy from a little town in Fort Portal, the western region of Uganda, Karuhanga, Makura. That is what they say, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. It is the 22nd day of July 2021. It is the in-house Thursday, and you know what we do on the in-house Thursday. We have the environmental tips by Roger Studiahabwe, the bad boy, and we also have the glamorous Teddy Tenjo Nabukera. She is doing the fashion tips today. But before she brings all that, and later on, by the way, in the show, in the second hour, we shall be having Lilian Luwedde to come through as well, talk to us and tell us what is happening in where you not. Yeah, you know, she is a journalist and she will be analyzing a bit of that and much more. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much and welcome to this edition. It's a cold, by the way, morning right here in Kansanga, and you know, Lilian Ayaganyo gamba kadde ka chinyi kagobe. I don't know if coldness and chinyi kagobe works with coldness or as well as rain, so I don't know. She will tell us that and much more in the second hour. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy that I am here and the Lord has given me another opportunity to serve you. And yes, we break down having a conversation with Uganda. Log on to our social media platforms at The Alternative Uganda on Facebook and on YouTube, and on Twitter it is The Alternative Uganda. Just keep the conversation going. You can also follow me on my Twitter. It's at Edgar M. Karuhanga. On Facebook it is at Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. And yes, on Instagram, I don't think I use Instagram a lot. Teddy Tenjo will tell you she is the one who's always on Instagram. And yes, those are some of our social media platforms. Feel free to follow us, and we shall, keep in touch. Make sure we know what is happening, where you are, and how you're feeling. And just drop any comment on our Facebook page and just say anything you want us, maybe a shout out, maybe a birthday, maybe anything, a message, a clarification, or you can even call in live in the second hour of the show. We shall be reading the numbers very, very soon. Just a quick reminder, today the Youth Line Forum, in conjunction with the Twerwane Listeners Club and the Alternative Dig Talk, will be launching the Claim Your Space project. This particular project is aimed at finding solutions at the ever-shrinking spaces in of non-government organization and activities done by the NGOs and other human rights defending organizations. There are very many and various human rights defending organizations that have been subjected to a lot of scrutiny that has come from the government in terms of how they do their work, and most especially those that believe in democracy and the rule of law, plus human rights as well. So today, the Youth Line Forum, in conjunction with the Twerwane Listeners Club, plus the Alternative Uganda, and in particular the Alternative Dig Talk, will be launching the Claim Your Space live on Zoom and on Facebook here. I will be moderating that particular event that is coming back, I think, coming by in a few hours from now at exactly 10 a.m. To 12 midday. We shall be finding solutions to these particular challenges, and just feel free to log on to our social media platform. It is going to be streamed live on Facebook at the Alternative Uganda, the Youth Line Forum, and the Twerwane Listeners Club. Then you can also follow us a conversation on Zoom. The post, I think it is already out there on our social media platforms. If it's not, I'm sure my producer Jeremiah will be dropping that in a few hours from now. So feel free to just join the conversation. Tell us what you think of what NGOs can do, and other human rights defenders and human rights organizations in curbing and finding solutions to the shrinking space in this particular continent, in this particular country, Uganda. And we will be reading them out, and you can also pose some of your questions to the particular keynote speakers. We are going to be having Mr. Gad Arthur Chisalu. He is a human rights lawyer. He has been a fellow with CAS Uganda and other different organizations, and he's also a fellow in some of the the lawyers fellowships in Zanzibar. He is a renowned speaker, someone who has moderated a couple of talks that are aimed at finding solutions to rule of law and democracy. This gentleman will be joining us. We also have General Kancha. He's also another man from the Twerwane Listeners Club, that is the TLC. When I say TLC, I'm meaning the Twerwane Listeners Club. So guys, feel free to just to join us in the conversation, and let's find solutions to the shrinking space of non-government organizations. Munzikirize nyingireko mawulire agabadde gatambula eyo wabweru w'eggwanga ne mu Uganda wano wennyini katandikireko ewaka. Let us start from home. Parliament of Uganda, as I was introducing the show, I told you, has passed 200 million shillings to each legislator to buy themselves or acquire themselves a new car. So according to the Parliament of Uganda, over 529 members of Parliament plus the ministers will be getting themselves brand new cars. I think when you remove the ministers and who are at the same time members of Parliament, it remains with I think a number of 522 members of Parliament who will be receiving particularly this money. And then when you look at the independent ministers, they will also be getting 200 million shillings. So in a time when a country is being ravaged by COVID-19 and people are dying, the Parliament of Uganda is releasing more money, 200 million shillings. When you look at I think 200 million shillings, then times 5, that is 1 billion shillings. So every 5 legislators of this country will be getting 1 billion shillings for luxurious cars. Oh God, because when I talk about luxury, I mean a car that is 200 million shillings, of course, has to be luxurious, but it is beating my understanding. Sometimes there is one of the legislators in that parliament who said, we need to practice politics of common sense. And I think this is a high time we talk about that, practicing politics of common sense. Yes, but the speaker as well is going to be getting a brand new car, and the deputy speaker, the clerk to parliament, and the different people will be getting this particular money. And when you look at the time when they're releasing this particular amount, bizarre amounts, I would like to add, bizarre amounts of money, and disseminating them to the different legislators, there has not been any member of parliament who has objected to this. Not even the opposition, not even the proposition, not even the independent members of parliament have actually, denounced this. So when you look at that paradox, you say, oh God, these people are really, really fun. When it comes to monetary gains and monetary, things, acquisitions in the Ugandan parliament, there is no opposition. It is always a fight to the end. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I know Norman Tumuhimbise is watching right now. Farida Bikobere is watching. Arnold, Wamala Charles, and the different people. And thank you so much for watching the Mighty Drive every morning and making sure you are always here with us. We are streaming live on Facebook, and in a few minutes we will be on YouTube. So feel free to log on to our YouTube channel as well, The Alternative Uganda. Then in other news, the state has requested or has asked the court not to release the different suspects in the Katumba Wamala attempted murder. Remember on the 1st of June, the country was dawned with a bit of skepticism and fury and sadness when the General Katumba Wamala was attempted, he was attempted to be murdered by some individuals who were holding or wielding guns and tried to shoot at his car. This came and we saw the daughter Bambi Sandra also succumbing to these bullets, and the driver also, this gentleman also passed on just like that. And now the state has requested the court not to release these particular suspects. When these people were aligned in front of court, we saw a lot of tortured victims. People were beat, their hands were dripping, and their feet. Oh God, you do not want to see what happened to these particular suspects. And then the state has furthermore said, you know what, there is no opportunity that should be given to these particular lads in order to get themselves bond or anything like that. That is what the state has requested these particular has requested the court to do with these particular suspects. Remember, under a rule of law, people are, everyone is, allowed to get bail as long as they are, sure that they will not be leaving the country or maybe trying to mastermind or juxtapose or affect anything in the investigation. So that is what the Constitution of Uganda says. But the state has also the mandate of maybe requesting the court to find solutions and not release these particular people, because these people are endangered and they are believed to be high crime rate criminals, so they will not just be let free just like that. But everybody has a right and a human right, and so why should you actually torture these particular individuals? Because yes, as the country says, you are innocent until proven guilty, not like other countries that are sat differently, the vis-a-vis that you are guilty until proven innocent. So ladies and gentlemen, let us also engage and accept the rule of law in this country, because as a country and as a society, in order for us to move forward, we will have to also address such of these challenges. Mumaulida Malala Rwanda, and I'm crossing over the border to our brothers and sisters in Rwanda. Now Rwanda, it has been realized that has been targeting some of them big diplomats and big men in this country using the Pegasus spy network. The Pegasus spy network is a new software that is being used in hacking and and surveilling on different people just using their mobile phones and things like this. So if your phone has been subjected to the Pegasus software, then my dear, you are not you should worry for yourself. As according to research and some investigations, this Pegasus network has been traced in the various phone numbers and phones of different people. For example, the ex-Prime Minister, Mr. Karuhanga, was being tracked by the Pegasus spy network, and his conversations were actually being recorded and being listened to or tapped to or eavesdropped onto. I don't know what Rogers can tell me. What word can I actually use? Eavesdropping. Yeah, he says eavesdropping is good. So this particular spy network has been eavesdropping on the different diplomats in this country. For example, Mr. Karuhanga, the ex-Prime Minister, and then the ex-Foreign Minister, Mr. Sam Kutesa. They have traced this Pegasus spy network in these particular individuals' databases and phones and other things. And this Pegasus spy network, by the way, was invented by Israel and has been used in actually very many spy surveillance activities. And this is not only here in Uganda, but it has been used in Russia. It has been used in countries, very various countries, and Nigeria has been using this particular spy network. And it is also asserted that Pegasus spy network has been used by even Uganda itself in spying against its rivals and colleagues and other countries. So the rise of Pegasus software now is bringing a bit of, a paradox. Why are they actually using this? How is it actually being implemented? How do you find the traces and all that? Because this particular is like, infringing on someone's privacy. Bokwata notandika okubanga ononyereza or researching oba spying ku simu yange n'amasimu genkuba ng'ogawuliriza na buli kimu. That means oba tochampadde privacy. Era kye kintu bali babuuza mbu no WhatsApp yo ebintu byetu sharing irako is it encrypted? Is our data safe? Because at the end of the day, era abantu nsera nnyo bagamba nti wokozesa WhatsApp eno no posting ebintu wano bisindikira munno. WhatsApp yesigazaako version yayo era omuntu nga is a clear hacker asobola okugenda actually nayingira essimu yo recovering ebintu byo sharing ku WhatsApp. So WhatsApp telina double encryption esobola okubanga protectinga omuntu ne data we. So people are now using other social media platforms and other innovations like Busy or like Signal ezibadde zizenga ziragachi nga zikulaga muno sobola protectinga data we nakati abantu zibakozesa. You send something that is sensitive, use Signal and send it so that it is double encrypted. Nobody can actually find out about this. People in Uganda don't know this. Neba nange mwino okumanya kintu kye bayita digital security kati nti in a digital era gye tulimu kati ngaffe abavubuka nti omulembe gwa masimu, omulembe gwa mobile phones, omulembe gukyuse. Abantu batandise nabo okukyusa envubo, batandise okubanga banoonyereza nga bakozesa amasimu go gennyini g'olina, WhatsApp gy'olina okubanga bakumanya. Era obeera ng'oli muntu oli important and olina erinnya in society, it's better when you're doing some of the things that you feel you need to hide from the community and or are private and personal to you. I just request you that you may not use these various social media platforms. There is a social media platform called Signal. Those ones have a double encryption. Baba bakumye data wo nti ne baba hackings oba bakoze eki tebagenda ku recoveringa bifaananyi byokubye documents z'oweereza kiba kikuyamba kati ngaffe bannamawulire. We have to have the concept of confidentiality to okubanga things we do them in a strict way and in a confidential way. So this spy network badde bagikosa nnyo by the way spy network ne spyware in the various people never namawuli wenyini wale baba surveillingako nga bakozesa eno spy network yenyini. So it is safe for me and you who's watching to start having a double encryption in your data. Pegasus spy network mbaira sijimazeyo this software is really tutandika kujogerako breaking it down. It will even take an hour for us to understand it. Naye nga kye mulina okumanya Pegasus badde bagikosa okubanga babega abanna Uganda ne ba officials baba bawera abali mu government ya Uganda nga Rwanda yekikola. I don't know why Rwanda is still doing that, over there is a bit of insecurity. Nalimanyo bagende gatuna last year with Paul Kagame ebintu batandika obi resolving, but even up to now the brothers are not yet intact. But you know, aboluganda banga bita ne bakonagana tebyatika, so I don't believe that us and Rwanda are like, you know, a family. So even if we do everything we do, we shall remain one family. Olunaku lw'ejjo omukyala Prime Minister w'eggwanga lino Nabbanja Robin omwagalwa w'abangi, I must add, many people and mostly the vulnerable communities bali eyo basinza omukyala Nabbanja. Nabbanja has come with full gear and full force, and I just request that, you know, she continues on that track. Oftentimes, it's not the start, it's how you sustain your stay. Abantu abasinga otandikira waggulu naye okusigala mwekyo ekintu. That is where the question is. Sometimes what people actually like a lot is love. Falling in love is easy, but staying in love is actually one of the most difficult things to do, because when you start, you're starting with a bit of excitement, but then maintaining that status quo and staying in that narrative, my dear, it takes one person. So Nabbanja has started on a vigorous note, but will she sustain that vigorosity? That is a question for me and you and time to tell. Maybe she will and maybe she won't. I'll be here to inform you that. But Nabbanja yazina addressing a parliament ya Uganda nakakasanti abantu emitwala na mugumu mu 13 mu bana 413,504 people received the COVID relief funds. Nti abantu abo emitwala ana mugumu nezigwamu bafunye obuwumbi buno anamu kamu buli omu yafunye ku nsimbi ezaali ziriment okubanga ziweebwa ba vulnerable communities. Omukyala ono n'ayongerako nti no parliament yali releases obuwumbi 53 billion kati bakakozesako 41 billion. That means there's a couple of billions that are still there. Ne bagamba bakyali mu revising amanya agamu agali ku lists zino enkalala zino nga bagamba the telecommunication companies abakakasiza nti no abantu badde tebafittinga kuba under the vulnerable poor. Kati kyovola abamu kuffe titwala basente era yagambye abantu emitwalo 87,000 people did not fit the requirements of receiving this particular money. Nti abantu emitwalo 87 baite tebatukangana na mutino ogufuna sente zino emitwalo 10. Jukira sente zino zaali ziri mento kubanga zigenda eri the vulnerable community, abantu abavu abataina buyambi bulungi, abataina time, abataina sente, the poor people, the vulnerable communities. I don't even like to use the vulnerable. You're actually poor. Let us use the word poor. Vulnerable is an understatement of what we actually mean. The poor people, abantu emitwalo 87 temwasobola kufuna sente zino, oba mwali bafere oba sente muzirina byo government yalabanga mu muzirina, so tebagenda kubanga bazibawo. Ne bagamba omukyalo Nabbanja n'agamba bagenda kweyongerayo nga banoonyereza ku zino numbers, bagenda kuzizaayo ku miruka nga we bakola luli, basooke bacorrecting emu, then we bacorrecting emu ne bafuna list eri final, they will send it back to the government of Uganda and the office of the Prime Minister, basobole okubanga baforwarding ensimbi zino eri abantu abali eyo. So kigenda mu maaso eri omukyala Nabbanja. Ate nno ayongedde okunumya abayaaye ng'abavubuka bwe bagamba wagobye blanket ne mosquito nets ze baladde batwali abantu b'Ekasese ng'agamba they are of under quality. Yes, bazitusiza jjo Ekasese omukyalo ono gye yabadde ng'ayamba ku bantu abali affected n'amataba nga bagezaako kuba mosquito nets. Kasita yalabye obutimba bw'ensiri buno ne blanketi baziyita kabuuti mu Luganda, oba kabuuti ebeera jacket, blanket bebeera ki? Teddy, blanket bebeera ki? Ono naye Oluganda is the same. But kabuuti ne blankets, blankets ne mosquito nets yaziganye n'azizaayo n'agamba ziri of low quality. Naye kye neebuuza kati bano bonna abamuli wansi bo bagenda okuzituusayo nga tebannalaba muno zilacking quality, because she is the Prime Minister, for crying out loud. Now if she is also monitoring the quality of products given to people, that means, oh God, what are the other people doing down here? Okubanga minister kulaba nagamba blanket yeno tefitting the qualities that a person should actually bear. So nabagamba muzizeyo mulete blankets endala which shows you she's looking at and aiming at excellence. And my dear, follow excellence and success shall follow you. That is what the white man says. Thank you so much, Miss Nabanja. By the way, when and I see someone who has done something great in our community, changing people and giving people hope. Of course, I would like that person, and of course, it's Nabanja. Thank you so much for keeping the energy. Keep it and maintain it, because as I told you, the first time may be having a lot of energy, but staying there will take you. It will cost you. It's not even taking you. It will actually cost you a lot. It will cost you people. It will cost you friends. It will cost you finances, because when you're doing the right thing, my dear, you will always do the right thing alone. Oftentimes, people like to, alienate themselves from doing the right things. Professor Gwang wa Gina Herbals, bajita Gina Herbals, yes, Limited, this manufacturing plant ekola eddagala omwami ono yatukolera akadagala ketumanyi kebayita Covidex akayamba mu bulwadde obwo bwa COVID-19. Omwami Professor Gwang government emuwadde ettaka acres 5 wali Soroti okuba Soroti Industrial Park okubanga agenda kusettinga up factory genda okuyamba okukola amadagala. Yenga ye Professor Gwang agamba nti no bagala kulabanga eggwanga lino 95% of the medicine used here is herbal medicine. Nti herbal medicine is the real deal. Jukira abajijira ddala wansi mu ttaka mu plants ebintu nga byo ebyaffe ebyawano mwe bakola eddagala. So omwami ono Professor Gwang yeebaziza nnyo government era ne bamusuubiza, by the way, they are going to give him a tax holiday of 10 years. Tebagenda kumuggyako ssente zonna nga atandise factory eyo for the next 10 years. He is not going to actually pay any tax, and this is to help scientists and innovators boost their their innovations basobole okubanga bagasensi. Jukira omwami ono atukoledde Covidex ayambye abantu bangi okubanga bawona ekirwadde kya COVID-19. Otwogeranga ne statistics zidropings ez'abantu abadde bafa ekirwadde ekya COVID-19. So omwami ono ne Gina Herbals Limited babawadde ettaka wali mu Soroti Industrial Park, bagenda kubanga batandika okuteekawo industry yawe basobola okukolera banna Uganda amadagala. Yes, it is making me proud that there is a Ugandan out there who's doing something about COVID-19, and yes, other countries are also, by the way, coming here for our Covidex. Atenga faba inaneka kenyini ka bakaita ka recipe akakola dine dagala. When ngamba fair, I'm meaning Ugandans, I'm not meaning myself, ladies and gentlemen. And those omwami omchala Nabanja, by the way, yatogedde ko lunaku lweggulo n'agamba amasomero bagenda gaggulawo mulundi gumu, bagenda gaggulawo in phases, feasible phases. Bagenda bali mu kola research right now in the Ministry of Education, headed by Her Excellency, First Lady, not Her Excellency, but when what God has joined together remains right, it is one. But no, in government there are two. The First Lady of this country, as well as the Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, and her team are doing a comprehensive plan to open up the new schools and open up schools in order for students to go back and actually study. Because kati abana wali abana bamaze emyaka 2 mu class emu. So oluusi kiba bambi kiba kimaliro abantu obudde ne kiba demotivating okubanga bambi tebasobola kugenda kusomero na kusoma. Ennamuŋŋonda abantu b'ennamuŋŋonda nno bo balaze banna Uganda nti bo beekalakaasi balungi. Wiki bbiri emabega beekalakaasa ku lwa ssente za Nabanja. List ezo ndoza mujukira abantu abali ennamuŋŋonda beekalakaasa list ezo tezimayali amanya agamu tegaliiko abantu abalasinga baafa abali ku list abalamu bo tebabateekako. Namuŋŋonda ne yeekalakaasa era namuŋŋonda eyongedde okulaga banna Uganda nti nno yo ekyekalakaasa after omwami Ibra omuvubuka abeera mu namuŋŋonda omwo yattiddwa kye bayise abakuuma ddembe owa police oba LDU nti batta omuvubuka ono Ibra webadde bagamba wadde obukakafu tetunabufuna naye nga bo bagamba nti poliisi yatta omwana ono omuvubuka bamuyita Ibra webamutta ne basooka ne bagenda ne bamutwala mu mochare webamujja mu mochare ne bamutwala ne bamuziika mu limbo. Kati amawulire gagudde mu bannamuŋŋoona ne bajja ne batandika okwekalakasa ne bagamba basoose chairman yadduse, by the way, ow'ennamuŋŋoona wetwogera kati tebamanyi waali. Abantu baali baagala kumulya bunyama we bamufiiriddwa ne balyoka beegatta ne balyoka bakwata defense ow'ekyalo kino ennamuŋŋoona ne balyoka batandika okumukuba ensambagere n'okumukuba emigo nga bamulanga kubanga yali wamu n'abapoliisi nga bakakasa nti bano abantu tebasobola kukola kikwekweto mu nnamuŋŋoona nga abapolisi tebakimanyi nga abachairman tebakimanyi ne ba defense tebakimanyi. So defense yafunye ye ebibye bamukubye bulungi nnyo naye nga poliisi ate yo yewakanye negamba bino ebintu tebimanyiiko. Omwami Luko Osigire ayogera Kampala Metropolitan Kampala n'emirirano yagambye bo tebamanyi bino ebya Ibra ebyokugamba mbuno bamuteeka muki mulimbo naye kye twebuuza lwaki ati chairman yadduse oba yawulidde nga abantu bagenda kumuyisa bubi n'agamba kadduke. So poliisi egambye ekyanoonyereza ku zino ensonga ejatufunia viable solutions. Bannange eddakiika ziri 3 ezakayita ku ssaawa emu ey'okumakya. Muzikirize malirize mangu then Teddy agenda kuba atwegattako n'omwami Rogers Tuliahabwa ajja kutwegattako mu maaso awo atubulye environmental tips naye nga Teddy tanatwegattako muzikirize njogereko ku NRM ndoza NRM kansooke njirindeko katono nga sinabajogera tugendeke mu Kisenyi nga still talking about the crime rate that is happening in this country. Mu Kisenyi abantu bawe batandise okugamba government babayambe bannange obubbi bweyongedde nti abantu babeera wali nga according to one individual who was in Kisenyi, a vox pop I listened to, yagambye babeera wali nga banuusa amafuta wamala onuusa amafuta nga bateega abantu bannange nga batandika okubakuba nga batandika obajjako amasimu nga babajjako ssente zaabwe n'ensimbi zaabwe be babakoledde wali mu Kisenyi ne bagamba bannange gavumenti ebayambe ekintu kisusse kati bakikola emisana tuku mu time ya kafyu baba bakikola every time ekiri mu Kisenyi bannange mwetaaga kubanga muyamba abantu. Tugereko mu NRM yo eraze bannaye NRM eyangwa NRM egenze nefuna ba independent legislators abasinga ba MP abajja kubwa namunigina batayina kibiina mwe bagwa ne batandika okubasika nga baba contract mu NRM babenga ba bidding with NRM in terms of the policies that are being passed by parliament babenga bayimirira wamu ne NRM akamondo ke NRM kyakagamba nabo kyebagenda okubanga ba following. Of course tubalaba MPs balo independents banji aba MPs bebawadde n'ebifo bebagongomoddeko n'ebifo wali mu cabinet ya Uganda twalaba omukyala Agnes Nandutu nga bamuwadde ministry wali abantu banji bebawa ministry. So NRM yongedde okubanga eyagala bafunye eddala babenga bakola nayo or they liaising with the NRM for the next 5 years in government bagenda kuba bakolagana wamu ne National Resistance Movement. Ekyo NRM kyeyina yesinga ababaka ate nyabali ku independent abasinga nabo baliininga on the side of NRM. Ekitegeeza ki nti National Resistance Movement whereas abantu abasinga bajje kokola yatuuka wansi. That is what they call having structures to the ground. Nti obeera ng'olina structures okuva wansi ogenda kuleeta ababaka ogenda kuleeta bakansala and those people are the ones who actually make government. So policies bagenda okuyisa bano zigenda kuwa policies nga za NRM. So that is why you find there is a difference. You cannot spot the difference between the National Resistance Movement and the government of Uganda. There is an impartial, difference. So abasinga bonna kumpi kyekimu because of that is the thing. NRM ina structures kuva wansi era ne government we nabe egenda kwa appointinga NRM kada. Oba kitegere kitali mawanga ngaga United States nti obeera Democrat naye ate nobeera ng'oli mu government naye nga ate actually Democrats oba DP bali different from the government and the Republicans nabo nga bali different from government. So ekyo kikulaga ki oba system yaffe yekyali wansi oba ffe abatannakola mu byobufuzi that will be, I don't know, it's you and me to decide on that. Ndozanga maliriza yo Nile Breweries yawaddeyo cylinders 3 eri amalwaliro mu Uganda bakwasisa wali Dr. Jenruth Acheng zino cylinders ziri worth 330 million. This is actually good. If Nile Breweries can come out ne batandika okuinvesting ensimbi in a cause that is giving back to society, abantu bade bakosa products zaabwe nnyo. So after using their products ne gundi yenyini company egambe kedize bana Uganda. That is what people actually do. Ubuntu kyebayita Ubuntu. So ekyo nga maliriza Kampala tujjo twalabye abantu bannange babadde bangi mu kibuga kati nga buli omu yeebuuza amamotoka nga mangi ne jamu n'atuuka n'okukwata nga buli omu agamba naye bana tubadde tumanyi nti tuli mu muggalo abantu tebapakkiriza kuvuga amamotoka naye kya surprise banna Uganda bangi Kampala wano wetwalabye nga abantu bangi mu kibuga polisi yatuuse n'okubakubamu kubagobaganya teyabakubye sagala gamba nti yabakubye manyi ennaku zino polisi ekwata obuboda yayo ne batuulako babiri ne bagenda nga bakuba enduulu nga bagamba abantu bagende naye oluusi olabye ddala nti oba bakikola kutuusa just kutuusa mukolo because actually baba tebalina na kibabakola abantu tebalina kibabakolako, which is good for me. I would not be happy if the police is hitting people left, right and center, but you're seeing that the policemen are actually doing this ntino kamera bazitulaba, it's not coming out of them, like deep down on them. And the second lockdown here, no boy, affecting buli omu, abapoliisi ab'omubutale abantu buli omu bannange agikaaba amawulire mangi naye kansooka enkomekaawo amalala njagaba in the second hour tujja kuba n'omukyala Omumbejja wano Lilian Luwedde abenga tunyumyako eddakiika ziri 35 ezakayita ku ssaawa 2. I think I should welcome the glamorous Teddy Angel. She's already here with me on set. Nekanekanye mu bbululu. Teddy Angel, welcome to the Mighty Drive show, and good morning.
Good morning, Edgar. Thank you very much.
How are you?
How are you?
You look lovely.
Thank you.
And she's here by the way to give environmental tips for you. And
Environmental?
not environmental. Fashion tips. Fashion tips, Teddy Angel. And starting with fashion, what inspired you to look this glamorous?
Well, as deciding on what to put on today, I looked in my closet and I just decided, why don't I go denim? This is a denim jean. This is a denim jean.
Denim?
Yes, denim jean. So and I said I should spice it with some rips around it. So I decided to do a ripped short.
Okay.
And then some sneakers with stockings.
With
stockings.
So,
whereby the shoes are Nike and then the stockings are Nike.
Brands, eh?
Yes.
Brands. Steady change.
Yes, please.
Take it away.
All right. Just like I just stated what I decided to put on today. Yeah. I was looking at the series we are going through, and I imagined how many accessories have we talked about as we are to look through the accessories we talked about. We include the stockings, which you see today I did the Nike stockings, the watch and the amulet, the earrings. So just to encourage you, whoever that is there, and do you want to spice up your day? Yeah, remember we've talked about this series about how to accessorize an outfit. So don't hesitate. Just make it a point, and then a reminder. Did you know that you're beautiful and wonderfully made in God's image? Good morning, my beautiful people. This is Teddy Angel bringing you the Might Fashion Tips. Yes, I'm excited every time it's Thursday. I'm just so excited because first and foremost, Banyingira weekend, man, it's exciting. Banyingira weekend, and man, I'm blessed to meet each one of you that is watching right there. Because in Zembaita, my fashion is, I love to speak fashion, and I love watching people do fashion, people listening to fashion, because fashion is the way to go. Remember, as I told you sometime, that any mistake in art is a design. Of late, we put on ripped jeans, whereby back in the days, Zabiranga Bituli. Oba Bituli Biraka. Zabiranga Biraka. But right now, it's the trend, you know. Yeah, so I love to speak fashion, and yes, I'll definitely begin with the ripped jeans. Today, I'm in a ripped shirt, and I'm going to talk about ripped jeans, because I remember I started our series of speaking about how to blend sneakers. Last week, we looked into blending sneakers on skirts, be it long or short, then on dresses, be it long or short. So today, we are going to be talking in a weekend mode. You want to blend your sneakers. What outfit do you want to blend your sneakers on? Let's begin with the shorts, given the fact I'm putting on shorts. Did you know that you can put on a short Noyambala sneakers? You may not necessarily put on stockings, but if you want, you can blend it as well. So shorts with sneakers, they look more elegant than putting on a short and sandals. Just telling you. Anyway, I'm not here to okuvuma oyenarisha yambala. I'm just here to make it way better. Oyambade short instead of kwambala kasando, take a sneaker. You see it will blend more. So be it a short or a patra. The ladies, you know the patras, because a short is definitely different from a patra. You find that a patra is a little shorter, into your a little up, then short your a down. So a short is a decent version of a patra. So you can do sneakers on both a short and a patra. For the men, you know I don't like leaving behind the men. The men, yes, you know your jeans now. Yambala denim jeans, just like I did, however much the shorts. No take a sneakers zoma. You know tamblanga, just you feel, you feel it. Denim is not necessarily blue. It can be black, it can be pink, it can be any color. So denim is just a material. Just telling you. The men. So kama denim jinyo, no take a sneakers plus a t-shirt or a vest or whatever. You know, no ingira weekend yongo or masa. That aside, sock pants. Next week we shall be talking about series of how to
of unisex clothes, but let me talk about sock pants. Sock pants. A lady can put on a sock pant, a man can put on a sock pant. Just to say, these are unisex things. So a sock pant is a unisex thing, whereby you find that you can also blend it with sneakers. However, look at it having a sock pant on, noyambala sandals. I think it's a little bit is missing in that outfit. So I think if you did that with sneakers, it will blend more than you would even think. That aside, the women. I'm here to tell you that when I talked about shorts, I wasn't meaning only boys. Even girls, even women, you can put on shorts. Maneka weekend kakukaze. Tofira mchitete yowaska 24/7. No. Learn to spice up your weekends with either a sock pant or a short. Who is excited about this? Anyway, that aside, I want to inform you that when you want to spice up your weekend, anyway, like I told you some time back that my weekend starts on Thursday. Once it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's my weekend. So I'm going to talk about myself. How do I spice up my weekend? Usually on weekends, actually, it's unique that I prepare my clothes a day before. Other days in Tegeka Kumacha, but when I'm going into the weekend, I prepare my clothes a day before. That's why I chose that, if it's to speak fashion, to Jenga Thursday. So, that aside, I'm still talking about sneakers, by the way. Sneakers. Last time we talked about Netugamati, or solo collar, dress, beat, round, or baby chichi. But here I'm here to tell you that it not only blends that way. Weekend, you can decide to do a skimpy, short, straight dress with sneakers. No tumbler. Anyway, I'm here to encourage decency. When I say short, I don't necessarily mean obuko men or cause man. Echitiwachomukazi is the way you present yourself, If I came here and, Invadis is really disorganized, esati oluso good, you wouldn't see the respect in me. But just to tell you, echitiwachomukazi chiva mukwambala. So, when I say skimpy, I don't necessarily mean bukomena unless you're going to a bar. I want you to quote me right. Unless you're going to a bar. But if it's not that, do something skimpy, and if possible, by the way, body stockings is that sorting in a way that also kwambala sneakers ku body stockings. So if you're in a skimpy dress, no belanga ulabika decent. And by the way, I want to apologize today. I didn't manage to get enough footage, but I promise next week ngenda kwamba studio all the footage we should be doing a recap. And I'm still talking about sneakers. Remember, we talked about the types of sneakers. Walozi Adidas, Walozi Jordan, Walozi Puma, Walozi Nike. Nike is my best brand. However, I love Pumas most. So, we're still talking about sneakers. Ladies, I talked about pants, jean pants. In this, I didn't mean only the men. Njabagamat also you the ladies. Also kwambala jean pant yo. No gamba why, I'm going here and here. Katika you're going for an outing with your friends. There is no way you're going to play. Anyway, it depends on what outing. It could be lunch. You guys just want to look classy and, and attract a number of things. So you can decide to dress or something. But if it's Saturday, Sunday, Friday, you're going out with the girls. I would really think it's nice if you caned a jean, your sneakers, plus a t-shirt, or it could be even a sock pant or anything. So also I want to encourage you guys that you can speak fashion differently, and don't forget, you're beautifully and wonderfully made in God's image. Anyway, that aside, like I said last time, I said sagala batwala speed. Before I talk about the last thing, by encouraging her that if you're there and you're confused about fashion and there is something you want to talk about, ngoyagala tuchisa in one or the other in-house, just don't be afraid. Commenting inbox better open ever, bakudam immediately. If not that, you can go ahead, you look for my social media platforms. It's Steady Tenjo everywhere, Twitter, Instagram. No to gamba what you want us to talk about. Anyway, let's talk jumpsuits. Who is excited to talk jumpsuits? But ladies, I want to encourage you. Anyway, it's a reminder, it's not even an encouragement. Ladies, know your body. When you're planning on putting on a jumpsuit, please, dearest, know your body. Know what looks good on you. You can only speak fashion if you know your body. So let's talk about jumpsuits. Did you know that you can blend sneakers with jumpsuits? Anyway, which jumpsuits am I talking about? Did you know that long jumpsuits and short jumpsuits? Did you know that? if you didn't know, I'm going to bring all this footage next week. I'm really so sorry today I let you down, but next week I'm going to bring footage jumpsuit. It's either short or long. Kona kugendako sneakers, and then it can be tight or free. And if you're there and you don't know your body quite well, just tewarisa, go for a free jumpsuit. You know, there is somewhere where jakulabikisa elegant. Then you do a tight jumpsuit, and everything of yours is revealing. First and foremost, the distance is nowhere, and then the respect is lost. It is still your girl Tony Tanger right here on the fashion tips, Might Fashion Tips. It's exciting every time. That's why I always present this when I'm smiling, because it's exciting to speak fashion. Edgar, you asked how I decided on what to put on. When you woke up, how did you decide on what to put on today?
Genuinely? These were the only ones that were actually.
Alright,
that is the genuine chance.
Men. No, that's not right. The way to go. Anyway.
I'm talking about bachelor, that is the things you go through.
No.
I don't have to be married
to be family.
Karuhanga tomorrow you'll be wearing this neck at no would they were hustle to Edgar, however
much whether you're married or not married, I think a day before, think of how you want to blend your day. Think of njagala lero kolachi. Do I want to do a crop top and jeans, or do I want anyway? Only depending on that day, because I feel like it's weekend and you're in a gentle shirt. You look smart by the way.
Thank you.
You look smart. And it's video girls at the
before you go, ndabo olintutwala speed.
No,
you get the cool shots. And kati amamu kufa batayina ntumbwe. And you're telling us to train on shots. Kati for tugenda kola tutya.
I'm a tiny girl who
at least you're fleshy.
Who doesn't have enough ntumbwe.
But you're fleshy at least. But have you seen Dodgers and me?
Well, I think if you feel like you're not comfortable with your legs and whatever, maybe they're a little small, I think you can spice it. No, take stockings. What take stockings? They somewhere wezikula bisa a little unique. Yes, nezikuwako
in the legs, yeah,
and for the men, by the way, you can do even shorts with sandals, because you guys look nice with it. But for us ladies, we look nice, but it's better with the sneakers. Yeah.
But even and as you go, there's by the way, this is a very vital topic, and I would like to pick your mind on it before you leave.
All right.
That there is a paradox or juxtaposition between fashion and culture. So oftentimes you've said it that many when they look at Teddy wearing ripped jeans, they will say this baby is maybe immoral. Let me use that word.
Yeah.
And so where do we cut the line between immorality and then fashion at the end of the day? Because we need to look smart as well, and we need to move with the trend, like that trend. So how do we?
I think. I'm not against culture at any one point. I promise. I'm not against culture. But here is the thing. The world will judge you every time and differently. Because I'm a Christian, a very good Christian who reads the Bible, and there is nowhere God says that do not dress in this. Do not. I've read the Bible, but so far I've not reached that part. So let's go back to culture. I think to avoid such things, if you know you're going to see, let me say your grandparents, and you know they're going to judge you, and they will feel like you're forgetting culture, I think you would rather not dress that way. You would know, okay, I'm going to see my parents. Our ED usually tells us, we are going to Masaka, we are going to here to you understand? So you would just...
The time and the place.
Yes.
You should
the
know
timing,
that,
the place, and the people you get to meet. Because, of course, even if it's a Friday, there is no way I was going to go in an office that is not, let me say, if I went to Abraham's office, I can dress like this. It's a Friday, I mean. But there is no way I'm going to go to Castle Justice's office. And, because it's a weekend, and I think they know that, and I put on my shorts and, ripped shorts and the sneakers and all that. That is no way. No. So I think the place also matters. Okay. However much you speak fashion, at least nowhere. It's just like you can't put on a carpet dress, a long carpet dress when you're going to work.
If I know what a carpet dress is, by the way.
Okay, there are those dinner long dresses that have the tray.
They're called carpet.
Yes, no, why I termed it that way, it has the tray that you move, oleka a message behind. Everyone is like, wow, I love that tray, I love this. Exactly, yes. So there is no way you're going to bang that dress, because first and foremost, you're going to have a hard time. Like, it's a right dress, beautiful, but in the wrong place.
Oh.
A wrong place, wrong timing, wrong event. Yeah, so I think the timing, the timing on where to put on this and this and the other.
Do we expect a Teddy line of clothing anytime soon, or a boutique or something? Because you're giving people fashion tips, but I think it would be better if they would come to you and you'd actually show them what to actually dress. Would you think about in the future, in the futuristic prospects you have of maybe starting a clothing line or a boutique or something that will be giving people the fashion?
Well, thank you, Edgar, for that question. And I'm here to promise you that there is no line of Teddy Tenjo's clothing and all that. But I'm going to partner with a number of boutiques that work in that session. But
you can start your own line. Why don't you start the T or T or something, or TT or anything, any line, a baseball at one T. There
is nothing like that. No, I can partner with someone and that comes up. Wow. So like currently I'm partnering with Bridal Path, which is located at Kingsgate Mall, first floor, F20. Those guys do a lot to see this showcase every Thursday. So currently I'm partnering with them, and I must tell you that they have beautiful bridal attires, be it a dress, be it a gown, and for the men, they can also sort in one or the other. So I can only partner with people for now. Having my own line, I can't really promise because of the reasons I can't discuss on air. But if you want to know the reasons, you can hit up my Instagram account or Twitter. It's all Tejo Teddy, Facebook, everywhere. So yeah.
Okay, I should have Teddy Tenjo one of these days in the Mighty Drive and actually just have a conversation with you, because you're looking like a young, enterprising young girl. You're always a producer. I don't know, she's a producer, by the way, this lady, and now she's also in the front of the camera, and she's doing a lot of things offset. But thank you so much, Teddy Tenjo, for that insightful fashion tips.
It's been nice having you guys, and like I said, I call you my fashionist because you're beautifully and wonderfully made in God's image.
Okay. Tenjo Ted on Instagram, you will find her there. You won't find me there. You will find Rogers there, but you won't find Jeremiah there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mighty Drive Show. We go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, Rogers will be here giving us the environmental tips, and after that, of course, the glamorous Luwedde Lilian Princess will be joining me on set. This is the Mighty Drive. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, and let's go for a short commercial break.
Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hello, beautiful people. You're welcome to the Snap Talk with your girl Teddy Tenjo every Saturday, right from 6 to 7.
It is your responsibility. Omwana wo kubeera mu nyumba nga teyasuze bweru mbo bamubanja rent. Koyo kulaba abalenzi abasajja abakunga butuufu tebabuulirirwa nga babulamu.
Towerabira nti tuli wano ku the Alternative Dig Talk. Mukwano gwange gwali topic kiri wandiyagadde twogereko. Is it about family?
You can take your time, look for a job, stabilize. Men will come. Men will always be there. You will get the men. Bonna goyagala musajja yenna goyagala ojja mufuna.
Embaga ketuuke. Bino bitu yasenga na ojja bafuna.
Naye ng'oli asitudde ttu yakedde ku macha baga nti nsitudde ttu. Naye nga mubutuufu agambye nti gy'akyali. Akyali muto.
Is it outside family? Is it society? Oh, could it be relationships? Just be commenting at topic yona gyandiyagadde twogereko tujja kwa tujogera kwano ku the Alternative Dig Talk ku share enganzi the Snap Talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
minutes to 8 a.m. We are yet to join, the second hour of the show. By the way, and I didn't tell you that Ashbag Kato officially quits NRM government. Hey, keeping up with Ashbag Gato, I'm informing you. He officially quits NRM. He says he's going to go back with his wounds, with his frustration. These are his words. Wounds, frustration. He's away from the national resistance movement. And oftentimes many people have been saying these things that, you just leave and you go join a government, but you leave the people behind. You don't know what is there. Then in the future you're bounced back and you come back looking humble and all, Ashbag-aholic. So ladies and gentlemen, it is the Mighty Drive. We are yet to join the second hour of the show, and I'm already in studios with a young gentleman. He is called Roger Sturiawe, a philanthropist, a climate change activist, and he is a lawyer, he is a camera personnel, and yet he is an environmentalist, a person who believes in having an environment and protecting the climate for the future generations to come. Roger Sturiawe, welcome to the Mighty Drive.
Thank you so much.
Maski COVID go amutide.
I'm an obedient citizen. So
no, but when you say you're an obedient citizen, remember you're helping yourself. You're not helping the government.
Yeah, but the government.
Good morning, Rogers.
Good morning.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm very well today.
I like the way you sound. You know how Roger Mugisha used to sound on Capital FM. He used to say, "Hello, welcome to the party." He has that.
Come on.
Roger, today we'll take it away and let's know what is happening in the environment.
Thank you so much, Edgar, Mathew, Karuhanga, for introducing this show and for giving me this space. First of all, I don't really want today to do a kind of a presentation because what I want to talk about is basically what touches every Ugandan. You see, when you were introducing in the first hour, you said there are people in Kasese who are being, I think,
ravaged by floods.
Yes. And Prime Minister Nabanja, Honorable, our lovely mama.
Yes.
Some people like to call it.
Yes,
saying,
the mama.
Yeah, she said we have some standard blankets and
nets. And
they need to go back
to get up to date. Yes.
Now the other problem I find in something like that is this is the person who is the government business. And it's the person who is supposed to make the quality assurance, make sure that something that is secured for the people is up to the standard. So I ask myself, who is in charge of securing those things, if it's within her office? And then you find at the same time, the government is giving 200 million Uganda shillings to a policy maker to secure a luxurious cars.
And it's not accountable, by the way, to anyone.
After we have borrowed, what is it?
3.5 trillion
Uganda shillings from IMF to address COVID-19.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even have the vaccines. We're using COVID exclusively just a relief that is not a complete cure. Yeah. And then we have a government that's giving out that. You know how much money that is?
That is a lot of money. I was just saying 5 legislators amount to $1 billion shillings.
Only 5.
Yes,
now,
5. And there are 520 plus ministers, 81 ministers.
They are not addressing the problem that is causing that floods in Kasese.
Yes.
We have the environment that has laws that are never implemented. And then the money that's supposed to be addressing those issues is being dished to the MPs who are, by the way, not doing anything at this time.
But of recent, they acquired a loan that will help in mitigating the climate change effects. And that was, it's a Parliament of Uganda that actually pushed for it, though it is still a loan.
But if it's the government, where is the money coming from, the one that they are giving the MPs?
From the government.
It's the same amount, it's the same money. But imagine how much we would cover and how much we would address if we had that much money address certain useful issues. We have people dying of hunger in this lockdown in different places, and they are choosing to give. I don't even think it's 5% of the population.
It's not even 5%.
It's not even 5%. People are dying of hunger, and our boys are driving those postcards.
Luxurious cars, yeah. That's the
Uganda. That is why you start asking yourself, is this government for us, or it is the government for the people that are in the government?
That is what I also start asking myself. Is this show an environmental segment, or it is a political segment?
It is as much
as
what happens in Uganda is political.
Are you in the wrong show? Wrong segment?
I am not. I am just surprised that things that should matter are coming last.
Yes,
and things that don't really matter are coming first.
Yeah, because people don't realize that climate change is a problem of now.
Serious problem, yes. And it's actually one of the crises we have.
Yes.
And I
global
personally
crisis.
Sometimes think that COVID-19 could have come because of climate, because the air is no longer safe, air pollution.
Yeah.
And this is an airborne disease. So chances are it could actually be because of climate change that COVID-19 is here.
That is very true.
And we are not trying to address the problem as it stands. We are running into some other things, buying time, and we are not even doing anything as we buy time.
Yes.
So that is the problem that we face. Did you know in the fiscal year 2007-2008,
Yeah.
the destructions because of climate change costed us 4.4% of the budget, of the national budget that year, and 4.4% was not even the money allocated to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. So I mean, the money that was given to that sector was less than the money that we spent, or the resources and whatever that was distracted because of climate-related events.
Yeah, but all the government also maybe thinks that the environment right now does not need a lot of prioritization. Maybe.
And that is the problem. What needs the prioritization?
The security, the health sector.
How many wars have we fought in the last 35 years in Uganda?
I don't know. We haven't fought any, I guess.
And so what is the security exactly addressing?
Security is
At the
addressing.
moment,
Yeah.
because we have pressing issues. We have COVID-19. Boys are buying MiGs and more cars. Security, CSF said the other day, they secured the very new cars and all that.
Yes.
And you're running in security. We have other issues we need to address. So it's a serious problem. I think it's high time we paid attention to things that matter. We have in 2015, Uganda signed the National Determined Contributions, NDCs, to the UNFCCC. UNFCCC is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And it made a commitment that by 2030, at least we should have reduced the emissions by 22%.
Yes, very true.
And you know how long it is to 2030?
10 years, now 9.
It's even less than 9. It's
Less than 9, 8.
Technically 8.5.
8.5, yeah.
8.5. And trust me, what has happened from 2015 to 2021.
By the way, yes.
These are almost
I've heard
7
about
years.
that. Before, by the way, yes, that's a very vital issue. By 2030, they need to have reduced the climate change, what is it called, chances?
Adaptations.
Adaptations, yes. Yeah, that it has been even, in the NDPs, they've been publishing this, but then, what are they doing to actually achieve this?
Auntie, that's the problem.
Because it's a process, that's what I'm thinking.
It's an issue that happens. The other day, you see, the problem that also happens and comes along is the government wants to be absolute. And they don't want the people to say about how business is done. There's a time when it was a youth consultation by the Ministry of Environment and Water, and the Climate Action Network.
Yes.
Yeah, and the young people were asking questions, especially relating to Goma Forest. They were asking that we have, and by the way, if I may take you back, they also in the NDC, they also made a commitment that by 2030, we need to have increased the forest cover by 21%. Now, our question was, if this is the target and we have 8 years to go, and the small natural resources that are available is being demolished to replace for industrialization.
Of course.
What is it that, I mean, are we really able to achieve the goal for which we set to achieve? Yeah. So the question happened to I think the commissioner of that Ministry of Water and Environment, and the gentleman was like, I don't like how young people are, he said young people are emotional outbursts, like they make emotional outbursts, and that is not helping. So what we're saying, this is something that we rightfully deserve. And this generation, especially as far as environment is concerned, we are going to be the recipients of what happens now. Like what is ripped from what we are doing right now.
We are the ones who are going to feel the bizarre effects because we are the young people, we are the generation now.
Exactly.
Yes.
And when we ask questions, they think we
it's
are...
Kajanja.
So
politics of Kajanja, that's what they like to say.
So I think the spaces are not even 10% of the population.
Yes.
So the majority are the dependents of the decisions they make. I think we need to make inclusive decisions that address individuals from as a collective from the ground up. Not just people making rules that only favor a certain section of the society. I think it is a wrong thing to do. So as we move forward, we need to, as a government and people, to prioritize things that matter. We are saying the climate change is here and it is ravaging the country. We need to address it as such, take it as such. We don't need to buy cars when we have problems. We have people dying of hunger, really. And that is why I was drifting from the environmental part, because things are connected and everything happens because of the political will and the political landscape at the time. So I think it's high time that we paid attention to those things. We have an education sector right now that whose future is uncertain. People are not working, they are at home. You expect them to pay school fees for kids.
Schools are admitting students online, though it is illegal.
Online, and online, that is another issue. Online is not for free. You need to pay to be online to use those apps and gadgets and stuff.
Yes.
People don't have what to eat, and you expect them to study online. Is that feasible, really? So those are the solutions that government comes up with, and they start questioning what's happened to us. Even if we are a third world country, we had a goal of being in the, I think, the middle income status
by 2020.
By 2020, I think we're even going past third world. I think there's fourth that we are running to. It's just so like it's terrible.
Today you've been emotional, you know.
Yeah, it's just. It's a connection. It's just
it is all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected. It's my understanding to see that the leaders we are giving the mandate to do for us on our behalf and for the good of the collective are taking the things personal and satisfying themselves.
In other words, chino chili person.
And it might be for the time to come.
Yeah, just thank you so much. Thank
you so much, the viewers, for always.
In Uganda, we do Uganda.
Siri Muganda.
Kati Uganda olwewamu.
Mwebale kutolewa ba boys. Thank you. Thank you, boys. Thank you for watching The Alternative and keeping it the alternative.
Yes.
At The Alternative, we don't just come here to speak to you about what happens. We provide alternative solutions.
Yes.
And I think Edgar has always done that and said the government is doing ABCD, but what if we did ABCD in different ways? I think a different approach would make a better sense. So at The Alternative, we try to give those other alternative solutions. And we want to engage you to have your say in what happens. And that is why I think there's that event that's supposed to happen at 10.
Yes, at 10. At 10, we are going to be launching the Claim Your Space project. Yes, it is organized by the Youth Line Forum in conjunction with the Alternative Dig Talk and the Alternative Uganda and the Twerwane Listeners Club. We are launching. People need to just start speaking about creating space for these, fringed institutions like the NGOs, the human rights defenders, the human rights, organizations.
Like what happened to DGF?
What happened to DGF, Action Aid? So what is the way forward for civil societies, in this shrinking space?
Civil society is people's way of interacting with government, government business. So thank you for watching. I'll take it back to Mr. Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. The guy from Foto is the guy. Thank
you so much. Thank you so much, guys. And it is always a pleasure having the environmental tips by the one and only Ariojas Turiaha. But ladies and gentlemen, you can now call in live, by the way, and we are going to be joined by Luwedde, Lilian, Omumbejja. So Luwedde, as she comes through to join us, I think you can call in live on our number. It is 0789 017 145. 0789 017 145. Feel free to call us in on studios and tell us what you think of the day. And it is an in-house Thursday. I am Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, and I'm here to give you the Mighty Drive show. Remember, we are in a mobile studio. This is not just I was seeing Alan Katerega, Alan Ngagamba. Ngamuli mu taxi. This is a mobile studio. It's the innovation. We are a mobile studio, the first digitalized mobile studio in this country, where we just go and meet our leaders, meet the society, give them platforms to talk to the leaders, and give the unheard voices. Because in the shrinking space of this country, even in the journalism world and in the media, it has also come here. So We give people platforms for them to express their views, most especially the youth, because we believe the youth are the generation of tomorrow. We have to change the narrative and create a generation for us and our children to come to be, okay and better. Good morning, Lilian, Luwedde, Omumbejja, omwana ayagala nnyo ekigambo okunyika eggobe. Ekinyika ggobe. I was in the morning here. Good morning. I was here and I was telling them it was cloudy in the morning, a bit cold and chilly, but I didn't know how to refer to say that in Luganda. Is it chinyika gobe? Over chinyika gobe. Chinyika gobe. Bwachikome. Ne chinyika gobe. I think chinyika gobe is affiliated with rain. Enkuba wetonya. Kade chinyika gobe kasita kabera cloudy, ulimu tumpewo. Wasuzo otia mchala Omumbejja. You look smart. You know that? But you always look smart. Yeah. Who dresses you? Ani akwambaza. I do neyambaza. Lilian Luwedde line of clothing.
I do neyambaza. Na ye Teddy atuwa fashion tips.
Omumanyi?
Omumanyi? Sayogera ku black nemanya nti okay.
Black ebera
byama. Bande pako rali mbadde nyambala black.
No.
Gwero nyambala luwako black so.
Kati we yakugamba nti black anogamba togenda kuvaayo. But it's one of my favorites. I think black and white is my favorite as well. Buza kuba kulaba.
Mwasuze mtyaba tulaba amanyanze Omumbejja Luwedde Lilian ndide mwenange Edgar Mathew Karuhanga tugenda tambya ddala mpaka ssaawa 3 ez'amata gonna kunyolwaliro mukyala Teddy Tenja atuwadde Mighty Fashion Tips agenda nayambala engatto azita sneakers right ali mukunjigiriza nkyali mu ssomero njiga mpola engeri gye bazambalamu engeri bwe bazigattamu ojambalira ku lugoye ki ojambala budde kyekuba nja kwesanga nzambadde
naye ati yagambye nga addressing nti nno omubiri gwo nagwo olina okugumindinga
kyogedde ku jumpsuit
nakumugoye nti olina osooka neweemanya omubiri Lilian omubiri ogwo gunangendako
oba oyiikayiika oba toyiika oli waggulu oli munene waggulu oli munene waggulu
ndi oba oyiika abayiikayiika webalibe batya
nakwotizeewo bulungi nti ku jumpsuit olina okumanya omubiri gwe waggulu oli munene oba wansi wewanene
naye nyina bakyali bange bambi nga ye waggulu munene eri wansi mutono Jeremiah teyagamba nga figa eri bweti abwati bagenda that insultive Lilian tugende mu mawulire
mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala mwena abatuwulira ku Facebook mwebale nnyo abasharing shows zaffe bannange abacommending thank you very much ne mutugoberera ne ku YouTube the Alternative Uganda banaye mwebale nnyo abasubscribinga kanya kireki eno salute yammwe simanyo banji kubye bulungi naye nga yammwe mwena abasubscribinga mbadde ngenda kwesa ekigallo nezijukira nti nja kuba nsazeemu oluuyi luno n'oluuyi luli yensonga lwaki mbawadde salute naye tugende ddala mu maaso mawulire mukulu Edgar ababaka ba parliament bakoze batya
parliament ya Uganda eyongedde okulumya abayaaye weeyisiza miliyoni 2 eri buli MP okufuna ssente z'emmotoka mu time eno
mayanja kyatera okugamba nti abatukulembera batuula katundu bebakulembera bali mu Uganda
kirabika kyekyo ate ntera n'owulira omwami Solomon Kaweesa nga agamba waliyo Central ne Republic Ugandan Republic nti ye abeera mu Central naye asula mu Ugandan Republic mu Central ebintu byakyuka mu Central ababaka bagira ebintu
tugamba tuba tulonda oluusi twegendereze nnyo ababaka aboluusi bwe bajja nga banoonya akalulu baba bagonda ne bagonda nnyo nayogera obugambo obuwoomu n'ogamba okay omubaka ono bwe simuwa kalulu mba neeri
naye nti oli mubaka w'abantu olina okubeera n'emmotoka erabikako
batuuka mu paalamenti ebintu ne bikyuka mulimu ebintu ebitakyayogerwako kati ebintu ebirimu okufuna ssente tewali mubaka agenda kuvaayo ku kyoto
ne opposition tewali bonna
agamba mbu ababaka baali badde bakendeezebwa ku musaala ne bannakibiina kyalimu bannakibiina banne banasobola okumusimba ku mugongo kituuka ku nsonga z'okendeeza
wekituuka ku ssente mu ggwanga lino temuli opposition temuli proposition temuli neutral ssente zibagatta bonna wawuliddeyo omuntu agamba banaye miliyoni 2 mingi ze mutuwadde wamuwuliddeyo n'omu
katulinde tulabe
the other people do you know what they call being self-centered
katulinde tulabe honorable Samujunga
ye omanyi wala abantu nga omanyi yagamba ekintu nendaba nga kituufu Semuju yagamba mbuno nze nja kugaana ssente nati tikijja kujjawo police abantu aba bajja kukola ki bajja kuzitwala kati nowe nazivumirira nja kuzitwala because kati nange omanfunye milioni 2 lwaki nzizayo mu treasury ngate zina kubeera zange MP okitegeera ate oluki nange simunenya yengo omuntu yali yagadde okikola but parliament is wide it needs a collective Wotunatuuka utala tukyali mu politics zino ez'ogamba mbuno tukolenga bwe bibadde tetugenda twetaaga nabatandika okutuula wamu ku ntebe batulembe bagambe bannayigwanga lyaffe tulyagaza ki baleme kubeera nga bassekinomo of which I don't know that thing is going to come anytime soon nze ndowooza era awo tukyali mu kuloota kwaffe kyova nze sina nakyamanyi kyenkyogeddeko eky'abaana abasajja okubanga badde bewa omusente ogwo bonna andi kyekugamba oli yabagamba we need to start practicing a politics of common sense
tukyali mu COVID-19 bakyasaba sente twetaaga obuwumbi bwe buti
notaswala n'ofulumya milioni 2 kati otunamu ababaka 5 babaka 5 babeera ne obuwumbi bumeka si buwumbi sukawumbi kamu every 5 kati how many billions are going there tezaali kuzemu vaccines oba for now nini baali zisaze emotoka eri besiki ya milioni 5 eri besiki omubaka josobola ogamba mubanyi kibina ate ya milioni 5 mukina ya milioni 6 oba 5 kyobala nange nkugambe esesi bokka nange kyobala nkugambe nti emmotoka ey'amagezi omubaka gyasobola okubeera nayo ya milioni 5 kati avuga eyo naye nga biba bikyaswaza anti yakye bakugambye no accountability tewali kye baagala kumanya sente ozifunye oba ogula mukaaga gwe n'otwala 1,904 you still do that but bo bakuwadde milioni 2 nze by zino topics nze nayo tezizimba na ggwanga lyaffe kati nze I don't even have anything to talk about these people they are so shameless obeera otya n'okwata milioni n'oziwa babaka ne muzeewa sinakuzibawa ne muzeewa kati noleko gamba oli mubaka w'abantu obawulira
akiikirira abantu bangi nnyo mu kitundu
nze kyemmanyi gavumenti eno executive yekulembera executive eba esazeewo ba MPs buli omu agenda kufuna speaker agenda kufuna
nga minister tenga sorry nga mubaka wa parliament
bajera naye ajamuwe mu yokai
amade manye afuna ya ministry na afuna ne yokwati mubaka
sibwe bitowe bikola naye nze ndoza some things these things I don't even like to talk about them because zateze bijja ku frustrating abwerere kumanyi nze ndi munna mawulire nabagamba nze siri neutral nze Karuhanga siri neutral njogera amazima ngawe gafulumi because that is what I'm supposed to do a journalist is supposed to tell the truth amazima kye kyabaddewo kati nze mbabulira amazima gammwe naye amazima gano galuma omuntu mu time bweti that people are dying people are hungry mbadde mawulire neyadde n'obagamba waliwo omukyala eyakolapsinze ejjinja ku luguudo yabadde atambula n'akolapsinga bukolapsinzi wansi abantu ne bagezaako okumwojokera nga tasobola na kulya yadde nga ate ne batya n'omusemberera ennyo kubanga bayinza olowooza COVID-19 yamumenye bw'atyo so naye we bamwetegereza bakakasiza that this lady was suffering from starvation enjala hunger bagezezaako kimuwa eyawonye tannaba kufa akyali mu ddwaliro kati ali intense naye nga kikulaga ki as these people are giving out 200 million shillings to themselves to one individual like this bana batamanyi milioni 2 oba bibeeramu oba omutwalo omeka 10,000 oba emitwalo 2 kyeko omutwalo 2 oba omutwalo 2 kyekyo naye kati n'otunamu oli ali wali ali mu kufa njala ate nga bangi abadde bafa njala lockdown bangi be affectinze kati nze nzire mala obudde bw'abana Uganda abantu batubetaaga naye simanyi sina nakyenjogera ku parliament yamwe it's just a shameful entity omubaka wange alalise wanyana wano mu Makinde West jembeera yagaba ludo asiba tugabira ku ludo omusajja watto oyo kirabika gwe baasaba gwe baagala naye nga nze it's just so ashaming. That's why for me when I'm talking about these things agana byogerako nze njagaba amawulire mbabuli omanyi kyekye kibaddeyo because when natandika okutematema ezina ensonga njamaliza nga ndabikanga ali partisan ndabikanga akubo abantu abamu b'ekiruye ekimu eky'abantu naye oluusi nze Jessica nkose ekigambo kimu let us start practicing politics of common sense. What tutatandikawo, we should start making the move. I know the generation to come egenda kyusa bino ebintu tugenda tuukayo tubikyuse narratives zikyuke nze kyeyagala n'ababaka omubaka bamuwe emitwalo 7 bamuwe emitwalo 7 omwezi
ezo tebazoogerako
no bamuwe emitwalo 7
nze mbadde nteesa ennamba y'ababaka ba
omusomesa afuna miliyoni afuna emitwalo 5
bamedical intern bafuna emitwalo 95 ne bazijjako omusolo na biki byonna amaliriza akutte emitwalo 7 akutte emitwalo 7 mu cash naye omubaka wa parliament afuna obukadde obuwerera ddala 30
Ogaseko allowance zibanga miliyoni ya
byonna okiwulidde
omwongedde
tewali mubaka
omwongedde biki
tewali mubaka yali avuddeyo n'agamba nti bannange omusala gwe batuwa mungi bagabanyize
Lilian kyovula kinali kugamba luli ntino kyovula ojja mu bantu okubasaba akalulu bagenda tugamba tuwe ssente
because okimanyi bw'ogenda todda
ugenze kulya bakuwadde blank check tosobola kungamba ofuna ssente za committee ofuna ssente simanya olutuula ofuna ssente za allowance ofuna amafuta ofuna emmotoka ofuna miliyoni
bayambibwako abaana bo bayambibwako
stop your jokes mutuleke munawo you cannot be getting that money naye omanyi ekyo kye bayita being gluttonous omuntu w'omululu oba gwe oba tokkuta that is the truth
naye ate kinewunyisa ku nsi kuno byonna tubirya naye ate bw'otuuka okufa zibeera ensonda nnya abadde president w'e Haiti bagenda muziika fuuti 6 siko kiri ensonda zibeera nnya abakwetikka
ogenda na lugoye lwo
abakwetikka tebasukka 6 already omaze okufa abantu batandise okulwanira ebintu yensonga lwaki ababaka abamu bw'aba tayiseemu alwana nga bw'asobola waakiri aliyamujje yajja kugamba nti olina mpapula zimala okusobola okulaba
ati batandise n'okwegatta kuyiyala bannange nze kanveko eno gundi kanve kuba
babaka baffe buli omwaka moto yakyuka moto yali for God and my country naye waliwo yayimba nti kati byafuuka ya for God and my stomach buli omu aba asikazzawe bw'abanga asikangazzawe kasita oba ng'oyingira mu gaapu ye ayinza okujja mu layini
Nabbanja yagenze maaso ga parliament n'akakasa ensi nti no abantu emitwalo 41 mu 13,500 mu 4 baafunye ssente emitwalo 10 egiyamba abantu mu muggalo gwe tolya nti ku miliyoni kyengambye mbu abantu emitwalo 41 gwe kitego tonnafuna gwe weeteeke mu bano be bajjeemu kuba bagambye bajjeemu abantu emitwalo 87
ndabikanze omukwanye badde nsaba bantereeze bankiriyalinge nange nfune ku ssente nange nzije neeyagaleko
anti naye nga
naye bwe kiba nti bwe babanga abantu because bwe babanga bafulumya obukadde 5 obuwumbi rather obuwumbi 5 plus ne babeera nga basofa bawaddeko emitwalo 4 emeka because bwogabizaamu emitwalo 4 families oba
abantu babazenga abantu era zino sente ziwere obuwumbi 41 billion and out of this 53 billion that was released by the government alifulumizza obuwumbi 5 nga bwagabibwa naye bakozesezaako obuwumbi 41 ne bagamba bagenda kuzaayo amannya ku miruka ne ku byalo nga be babagamba kati ono afiitinga omuwa ono tafiitinga kola ki kumuwa according to your transactions so bazizaayo listi abantu 87 bagende banoonyereze balabe if they actually fit then bareflecting baddeyo bazzeeyo listi badde mbagabe ssente endala naye nga yakakasiza abantu
nkalala abennamuŋŋoona ku mulundi guli baalwana baayomba ne bagamba abantu abali ku lisiti abamu baafa abalala mu kitundu baasengukamu oba ku mulundi guno baafunye ssente naye ngenze
there is an incoming call. Good morning. This is the Mighty Drive. Yes, please.
The Mighty Drive crew.
Yes, Evo.
This is Kato from Barara here.
Yes, Kato from Barara.
Yes, mule sekintu ekyama kule nnyo. Ate ne mmane muteeka mu jokisi zammwe nga bulijjo ndowooza. Oba you're trying to mock the member of parliament or
your jokes. The thing, njagala nsooke nnyinnyonnyola omwami Kato, omukulu Kato, nti ekintu tetujwadde tetukisaagiramu. But sometimes you're too much used to ebintu weebiti nga tebikyakusurprising. Society now nti oli agenda kugenda besente abba obuwumbi bamuwa obwa minister, oli agenda atta abantu bamuwa obwa MP, oba kitegeera, oli agenda besente mu URA bamuwe obulunzi. Parliament yesalye million 2 era tuseke. Like that is the thing. The society of this country etandise nnyo twala ebintu ng'ebyokubalaata, olubalaata olungi baseka busesi buli kimu n'ekiri serious. Kyovulaba nti no oliwo bamugamba process by process. She's a sexually attacked victim of sexual abuse. But people found weight in that. Never finding a happiness in that. What does that show you? Our society is gone. Chovula katinze when MP
era sawa zino boyogera emboozi ngeri mu process by process oli agenda kuseka naye oli yakireta ransonga nti yali anyigiriziddwa mu ngeri mu
oli yali anyigiriziddwa yali ali naye kati abantu tukitwanga kyakuza because that is the society. Katinze Edgar era chovula bagambye mbu bino saganda byogera kuba MP babawadde million 2 tekinawe kigasiza gwanga tekinawe kilitwala mu maaso tekirinda naye uyanomo ate nakyo kigenda kugenda tugende mu kirala kwegamba lwafuuka nga luyimba kati it is so normal.
Lulwa mukulembeza Uganda bwe yayogera bajjamu ekintu kimu kya kidda walimi.
I'm telling you enaku zino society yaffe erotinze nti kati omanyi omulenzi bw'obeera n'omukyalo omwo obeeranga ffala oba kitegeera omuwala woba tosaba mulenzi ssente obeera kataala. Like you see the things that are actually ethically supposed to be done I looked down at like they are irrelevant. So Lilian kyendi mukugamba nti kati omulembe guno mukama atuyambe ekirungi muno we are blessed and some of us have differing opinions from what the narrative says. Omanyi sometimes oberanga gwekyolowooza buli omu kyalowooza. That means there is something, a question mark about you and your people's intelligence because all people cannot think the same. Kati
we are different. Tuli ba Uganda tusigala tuli banjawulo.
Era abamu kufe tujja kuyimirira ku mazima, tujja kuyimirira ku buntu because omanyi decency kati obeera nga oli decent, bobeera nga obuuza abantu, obeera nga olina empisa obeera ffala. kati ate obeera omuyaye kyobola abawala baagala mulenzi nga mwenzi nga munvuyaye yambala biki bibyo bibeera byakabi ate ngamba society kati weyatuuse kati ngenda kuwa example Lilian olaba omukyala nga gwe saa zino weekubya ekifaananyi n'okiteeka ku social media kigenda funa likes nga mmeka likes nga nusu ebi oba nusu 10 oba 5 oba 10 oli agenda kweyambula olugoye ateekeyo ekifaananyi wali ku Instagram genda obuze kabareebe walwamba mbadde akamono nti agenda kuwa bwerere agenda funa emitwalo egi nga kirayikinga ekifaananyi. What does that show you? Those are the things we want.
Yensonga lwaki parliament ya Uganda bwebeera live ababeerako babeera batono nnyo tebawera yadde 10 naye ate olugambo kale bule bwe lubanga kweruli
osanga buloga nga ali bwati
Mighty Drive we are here to change the narrative. Tujja kwogera ebintu ng'ebyo tujja kubyogerako tetujja kutya kubyogerako tetujja kutiririra oba kife tujja kubanga munange ensonga ngezo tuzogerako because ziruma banna Uganda ate naffe tusigala tuli banna Uganda ode tuli banna mawulire tusigala tuli banna Uganda ebintu kabino tubiraba ebintu kabino bitutuukako bituuka ku bantu baffe naye ate bwe tunabanga tetubyogeddeko ani agenda okubyogerako
tewali ndoza mawulire amalala getwayogeddeko luli
ogenza nogamba mukyala Nabbanja bwe yatuuse Kasese yakoze atya
blanket yazigobye n'agamba blanket
teziri ku mutindo ani yalese blanket
Bowe nyini aba ministry office of the prime minister
bebabirese oba tebamwebuuza
era ne roja kyakubuuza zagenze okutuuka ku oli omukulu omukyala Nabbanja prime minister nga bano bonna tebalabanga kombulino ziri fake
obutimba bw'ensiri bwe buti tebwabadde ku mutindo bwoyimu ebituli binene oba si bwebwo oba tebutuuka
simanyi yagambe si bwa mutindo yalabe blanket nalaba n'obutimba bw'ensiri n'agamba buzzeeyo tebuli ku mutindo
naye mukyala Nabbanja aleese foomu
andi yakye nagambye omanyize nyaga nnyo okkosa omanyi waliwo omuvubuka omusajja sina muvubuka ono omusajja yennyini omusajja Dennis Bossa he's a sports journalist njaga nnyo omuyigirako nnyo Dennis Bossa akozesa symbols oba obubonero okubanga ategeeza abantu bategere kyagamba kyenakugambye wali ekya Nabbanja yazze n'omuliro kiringa omukyala nga yakajja mu bufumbo ojja ng'olina excitement mwakewasa mwakeraba okugenda mu bufumbo kyangu okusigala mu bufumbo obwo wewali obuzibu
obufumbo buno tebukolebwa muntu omu
kati Nabbanja
Nabbanja
Nabbanja anti kati nze katufe katulinde Nabbanja because Nabbanja kati she's the state, she's the head of government business, she has all the support she needs, she reports to the prime minister, to the president and to the parliament as well. So Nabbanja ye yaliko Nabbanja okuleka legacy aba minister aba prime minister balazi batalese kigenda ku depending ku nsonga emu. How does she as a person maintain the status quo? Amanyi gatandise nago anaga maintaining ate kyunya amanyi ke sima bintu naze alinyirira abantu no, she's serving the people. Naye government eno ngayo tugimanyi abantu asinga tebatira nnyo kwagala abantu baweereza abantu baba bakaita kajanja oba okisusa oba okisusa naye Nabbanja ye ekirungi ye Museveni yatugamba mbu nalese ba disciples balunyanja. She's a humble lady. Mukyala bambi ayogera bulungi aseka, she's normal, alaba afa ku bantu alinyenyonya abeera wali kimanya eri ajjanonye olaba ayonye geja ayamba bantu. Nze kyensaba Nabbanja maama waffe bannange stay like that for the next 5 years. Uganda ejja kubanga tena kyekubanja. If we get competent servants, because these people are servants, singa bana abantu baweereza eggwanga nga baweereza nabwesimbo na kuweereza abantu, si just kukyejjako, we shall have a better nation. If we have Nabbanjas, the various Nabbanjas in the various sectors, Vice President, nze singa sitera kuwulira Vice President ba Uganda. Neba muyita omukyala Jessica Alupo, yayeko Minister wa Education, naye nga nange simuwulira. Naira nga bulijjo ba Vice President mu ggwanga lyo tebawulira.
Mu COVID muli twawulirako ku Vice President wanuka sekandi. Waliwo gye yagendayo n'agaba obuwunga.
Sina kye namuwulirako mpoze ekyo kugaba buwunga. Badde manyi ogamba nti Vice President omulimu gwe nti President wabafulumya eggwanga ya taking a charge of the country. Wali owulidde ddi nga Museveni afulumya eggwanga n'owulira oba sekandi yali mu kulitwala oba Gilbert Bukenya oba Proscovia oli wa 98 yani mweraide n'erinnya Specioza Wandera akazibwe. Wali owulidde ddi amama Mbabazi nga akutte power baali Vice President mu ggwanga? Yali Prime Minister. Yeah. But when did you did you see them take power? What am I trying to show you?
Mchala Nabanja wali.
Mchala Nabanja wali.
Ne IGG twafunye ompya mchala Betikami.
Naye gyali kugamba kyekyo kya Uganda abantu abaana babagongomoddeko ebifo.
Abakyala enkato baji.
Ate ekirungi abakyala kati omanyi women naturally women are more trustable. Kyovolaba omukyala wacankala nabajja bagamba mbuno omusajja wakoze eki.
Secretary mukyala so chamanyi.
Abakyala balina engeri gye bakwata ebintu bulungi.
Mukyala Nabanja bwabanga yenkola gyakozemu emirimu gyezenjagadde. Bwabanga ajja kusobola okugamba nti kino kye muleese kifute mukiwa abantu. Mukizzeeyo muleete ekiramu. Then awo tujja kuba ebintu emulimu gwakola mulungi.
Okusengula kw'abantu kweyongedde kati ekikyusa eyo abamanyi kikyusa Luweero oba wali ogenzeko ekikyusa bayitayo ekikyusa eyo nali ngenzeeyo ko lumu ttaka lyayo ttaka ddungi nnyo ekikyusa wali akatale kaabwe erinnya ndyerabidde naye akatale kano bakedde abantu bagenze kuwebaka nga akatale kaabwe bakaleseewo nga weekali bagenze okukeera ku makya nga akatale tekaliiwo
bakasengudde ki
okusengula kudzeemu okukolebwa ate nga kukolebwa mu matumbi sawa mwenda ogw'ekiro mwemuba mwebase abantu mumanyi kafi baatugamba nti buli omu abeere waka kutidde ng'abantu akatere kagenze dda abantu b'ekikyusa bakaaba ge bakomba akatale kaabwe bakabagiddeko mbukali kumpi n'ekkubo era ng'oba ogenda Luweero mbu babategeezaako obagambye mbu ne balemerawo kati poliisi yabagambye mbu waliwo ekifo ekiriko walako
balina okuba nga baali bababuulira nti bwe tubasengula wano mulina kuddawo
anti era ne poliisi yagambye nti balina ekifo naye ate ba abantu omanyi ebigambo bya poliisi n'ebigambo by'abantu bitera nnyo okwawukana ovu kibiina kubanga bifaanagana in society birina okuba nga bifaanana naye bya Uganda ebigambo bya poliisi biba byanjawulo ku by'abantu so abantu bo bagamba poliisi yabagambye erina weebafunira naye tewaliiwo naye poliisi yebagamba tulina we twabafunidde walako n'ekkubo naye kubadde kumpi n'ekkubo ne bagamba tubajjeewo naye ate abantu ne bagamba lwaki mutujjako mu matumbi ga budde ojjuka ekyali ku kyakiya wano mu Ndeeba wano bagimenya kiro mukeera ku makyanga ekintu kigudde kwegamba kati ne bali kye babakoze lwaki abantu temukola demolitions ng'abantu webali abantu batunula lwaki tubalinda abantu bakole ki babinga
bagamba ne beesisigiriza
ekyo si kiganye osobola poliisi erina n'amaanyi agasobola okujja ne tugenda kujjawo akatale essaawa 3 ez'okumakya oba n'abawanyondo oba bakooti oba baki musobola okikola emisana lwaki mukikola ekiro ebintu abantu bali mu kafyu twagenda okulaba bamenye wali Endeeba abantu bali mu kafyu zebula bamukubye amasasi ekiro omuntu omulumbye wuwe omukubiddeyo amasasi kugamba lwaki ebintu babikola mu time ya kafyu ng'abantu balina kuba nedda sawa emu oba
olina kubanga oli munda naye abamu basigala batambula
anti kati sawa mwenda ogw'ekiro
ebintu ebimu bikolebwa kiro
bapoliisi be babikola kubanga kati byeyoka abantu ba state authorities be boka bakkiriza otambula ekiro
kati tewali ali safe
kituufu
oyogedde ku bantu bennamuŋŋoona story ey'omuvubuka gwe bakoze ki gwe basse
bwe bagamba omanyi bino ebintu bikyalimu mbutu bate omulambo tetunagulaba ne Ibrahim nyini tetunamulabako poliisi naye egamba tennamulabako
ali luddawo
abantu bagamba poliisi yamutta nemusuula mu ggwanika nemaani emujja ne mu ggwanika nemutwala mu limbo bowe bagamba abantu era bagenze ne bagajambula gundi defense chairman we yadduse kuba chairman gwe badde baagalira ddala nga bagamba chairman ne defense bamanya kubikwekweto biba bikoleddwa poliisi
bikolebwa mu kitundu because poliisi egenda okujja okukola
ekiro
nga chairman okimanyi ne defense okimanyiiko
ne bagamba muno abantu badde bo bagamba waliwo atukubira wano. Good morning. Welcome to the Mighty Drive.
Thank you. Good morning, Norman.
Yes, Norman to Muhimbi, sir.
Thank you very much for your show. Some concerns. One.
Yes, sir.
When I was a kid, we used to buy new goods or new calves home. Mukagula kabaka akajja amaalo gaako mu ggombolola endala kale ng'egye tafiri n'endala zimulaba zigamba no olaba ntibuukidde tuli kasese blanket naye I can assure you time to come ngafaanana nga zino enkadde like I have told you through my timid but that excitement like one of your followers Kasule said aina kuteekana watalateekana na itakurosa ajakunguzi. It has also settled down because I can assure you those mafias that supplied those substandard blankets and some other relief. That's why those people have been there as far as Museveni has been here. So, Babi Mani, and we are in helicopter, most likely by the one I'm taking the message, crossing a line. How many beds were they supposed to be? You remember what Diana Sweeney replied? And the old man looked at her, you get? So, like I have already told the people that on a Sunday, you will hear Muzamu, Nada Polastani, Yari beating at the Ugandan politicians and African leaders. On a Sunday, while God was resting, on a Sunday, on the 7th day, most likely the devil was busy creating Ugandan leaders and African leaders at large. Finally, I watched some sad news on one of the TV stations yesterday. The police go around to town. Yes. Young people now going all the park and I wish to educate the world. I think people just take advantage of the naivety of people. Curfew, budget meaning that is the purpose. And once the state has been has declared that there is curfew, that is what people consider. And we know by Sawe Mutola. I have never heard Museveni say that no one, I have not heard that directive. Crossing up down the Wanga kinachari wekyo Museveni ne banne badde basawo kafyu yasawa nyezo kumata nozira sawa nyo kola bebwe but the mere fact that tewali declaration right didn't tell mu zakiriza crossing kudda wali in my view abantu ba police bakolokoba abantu nko kwemigo ejechero nede ba an illegality and illegality that has to be condemned with immediate effect. Secondly, sit down and let's talk about no woman, but never so good. I'm going to curfew. The dream of curfew during the day. That's a woman to go like a woman. I'm going to have almost in the sound of in the Tansanga, the Inga Veda Kawembe, attacks of Tambula. I think Kabalaga or most of them will about that. So there should be some sense in how these police officers are making their operations. I think I know. If you don't always want to, because I don't know commandant what's his name, I don't know what. Webuza as if katiba kalaba bakajukira because everyone with the budget bakakwatira munga bagala kola accountability wako yalisawo. That's when they wake up in the morning so you can imagine that young man yabadde kutwasabula amenye sokuguru. There is no single police officer that will take the responsibility over that. There is a fracture. We are in just that madness. Finally, we need to accept mukulemberwa babbi bayaye ati naffe ndowooza enneeyisa y'Abannayuganda yena of course atakolekera n'omuleetera ennyanja ekutoomera ati nammwe mubabanja akasente kammwe because kanashuwa yina Lilian Musimanga alinda akasente yakeerabiri bayinza n'okujja n'omunonako simu okumanya gavumenti yammwe ekusobera. Omusajja n'agamba you stay home. People are using social media to work. Young people have used Facebook. That's the old time. He's 90 years or even whether he's 90 or even 100. Doesn't he know that Facebook is off up to now? Where is the minister of ICT? Why don't you guys call what is his name? Maybe they fear this man. Doesn't Museveni know that Facebook is off? Doesn't he know that some young people have been earning through Facebook? Doesn't he? So why is it? Who is even better? You even wonder. So when they Uganda police, the press conference, they are going to get a life. Kati Uganda police, they got named. Communicating about the Bamani Bachans about what Facebook Bachi Flabatia. It's a pity. Nice time.
Thank you. That is Norman to him say the national coordinator for the alternative Uganda social movement. Obusungu agambye munyivu.
Biko unisangane Uganda police batekayo post ku Facebook. Nebuza bo baja accessinga bati.
Nga go accessinga.
Nabakosa VPN ngaffe.
Era kyekyo. Naye nga yogedde ku story omukulu Norman jayogeddeko. Norman agambye abantu by the way Joe baba kubye emigonga babagoba mu kibuga nga ina bagambye. Numbers abade nyingi mu kibuga. Kati abantu abakolera mu kibuga ennaku zino ne mu arcade no mwebali abantu besibira amaduuka gaabwe nakko n'omukubira nojja n'okime mali sente ziriza mu mobile money oba wakatuuka naggulawo edda second 2 n'akuwa product yo naggalawo. Kati kyekibadde kigenda mu maaso trade ebadde yeeyongera okugenda maaso mu ggwanga mu town eyo. Kati abantu ne batandika obagobaganya nga babakuba emigoba nte babagoba bave mu kibuga.
N'abantu tebalina kyakulya. Oli ekimutwala mu kibuga sigamba nti ekaako yeeyo. Ekimutwala mu kibuga lwa nsonga nti aba agenda kunoonya akyo kigulira amagala eddiba. Abantu balina families ez'enjawulo. Sente ze zino bazigabye naye simanyi kye basinziddeko okumanya nti ono yeetaaga ssente ono teyeetaaga. Okiwulidde? Ensonga lwaki abamu abatafunye ssente bakeera mu kibuga ayiribe okiwulidde anoonye ssente kwanaakola ki? Wanafuna ekyokulya naye ate baba era nga babagobaga era kyogedde n'agamba nze sijjukirako omukulembeze wa ggwanga kugamba nti tebakusanga mu kibuga ng'otamba.
Ate nga nange sikijjukiranga nze badde sikijjukira.
Naye abantu babakuba kibooko abantu babakwata sikitegeera butegeeza. Abantu bano bagenda mu kibuga ndooza kunoonya ssente. Okiwulidde bwe basanga omuntu ng'anoonya ssente bakugamba ggalawo bizinesi yo. Ebibuuzo bingi naye answers tulina ntono nnyo.
Professor Ogwang bamuwadde ettaka asobole okuba nga extendinga General Herbals Limited kampani yaabwe ekadde ekola eddagala lino erya Covidex era manufacturing amadagala ag'enjawulo. So olunaku lw'eggulo minisita wa investment Anite abamumanyi yeeyita nkozi atya the gateway to Koboko we yagambanga nti tomujjukira Anite Evelyn Anite yagamba there is no people power in Koboko. In order to end the Koboko, you have to pass through me.
Okay.
Era bana bamuyitamu.
Yayimirira ku mulyango.
She was the gateway to Koboko no golaba. Bakuwa gateway to Koboko akalulu. Dr. Ayume. Nagamba where is the she's a strong person to President Museveni. Yes, please.
Nerabi Fontinkura. Omanyi.
Yes, sir.
Let's be serious.
Twali speed. Mukulu Norman babawadde wa Soroti. Bamuwadde Soroti. First of all because raw materials yeze yagambye.
Ziri Soroti.
Ziri Soroti in the eastern part of the country.
Okay, chochimu.
Ate waliyo ne gundi Soroti Industrial Park. Ekyayina ettaka lingi. Kati ne bagamba olirwa kitukwera damu park wano awali raw materials zokola ki? Zeweetaaga. Tebyabadde mu politics. By the way, Mukulu Norman tebyabadde mu politics kubanga ono mukulu bamwetaaga. Abalaze omanyi government neyagala abantu abali successful. In fact, sina government. Everybody likes to affiliate with success. Wobeera successful bajja kwegomba. Wobeera nga toli successful mwe majja kudduka. Ekyo kimuye wano mu Uganda. So bamutaddemu ssente because balaba there is a ray of hope. Maaso gyakola ki? Jalaga. So chovala bamuwadde ere Soroti. Kubanga we wali okumpi.
Ekyalo kyabwe Soroti.
Ekyalo si kyabwe ate ne industrial park ate
no just mbadde mbuzi ekyalo kyabwe Soroti.
Abadde akolera mbalala
abadde akolera. Gibali muwadde.
Anti kati
raw materials abadde azifuna tezibadde nga zijja ku motoka.
Kati anti awo simanyi kyeka bagala cutting the costs. So kye bayogeddeko echa Professor Ogwanga ne bagamba kaba mutwale eyo naye nga nze ndaba it's a good initiative government ya Uganda okuvayo ne gamba tukuwadde
bali muwadde embalala
ettaka basiba bali but nanti omanyi the problem that we have as Africans we look at what we don't have oba kitegeera kati nga Lilian bw'oyogedde ogambye bali muwadde embalala
wabadde
anti kyeni mu kugamba
omanyi kye bakitegeeza okushiftinga business ogijja wano giteeka wali
kyeni mu kugamba nti no often times fenga abantu tutunulira kye tutalina ne twirabira kye tulina okusooka ettaka liba muwadde esoroti it is already land and it is free land I'm telling you okitegeera tulina kubanga weebaza anti kyeri mu kugamba kati kyeri mu kugamba oli mu kunoonya ky'otalina okitegeera naye ate olidde olina ekyo olina mu ngalo nti oli mu kunoonya nze yagambye nkosa symbols oli mu kunoonya muntu mulala oli mu kunoonya mubeezi mulala oli mu kunoonya oba mukyala mulala oba mwami mulala naye nga weerabidde nti olina gw'olina ate nga osanga buli kimu kye walinoonyeza naakola ki akirina stop looking at the things we don't have and we look at the things we have kyengamba oluusi oyinza olowooza mbuno kyonoonya kiri eri naye nga kyonoonya bulijjo kirina wano kati oli Professor Ogwanga bavudde bamuwadde ettaka ate kati ffe tugamba mbu baali muwadde ate eri tolaba anti kati kyekyo kyenkugamba olidde bamuwadde you should be thinking because bamuwadde ettaka owulya kyeŋŋamba bamuwadde ettaka first look at the land before you look at any other option nti sooka otunemu kyolina naye nga tonatunulya kyotalina because you work with what you have oba kitegeera kati ekyo kyeŋŋamba Professor Ogwanga ye bamuwadde ettaka esoroti industrial park agenda tandika Jena Habos aje extending bamuwadde tax holiday by the way emyaka 10 egigenda osooka tagenda kusasula musolo where do you get that I think it's high time where we applause the government tubawe ku bugalo bannange government ya Uganda mwe singa omanyi the cost of the government of this country to give you land
echapa china mungalo
temumanje mwogerako
echapa china mungalo
echapa yinza okwata nnakifuna mungalo
au teteyeyibala nteyeyibala nyeta kata kuba ojja kukokyali awo ngetakalirike enkayana aba family bali yetaaga aba bannanyini bali
kyekyo kye nakugambye tunoonyereza kye tutalina ne twetabira kye tulina kasita tatandika oku appreciate ga kye tulina nga tutegeera mu kye tutalina kye
tukyapa kumanya nti ddala kituufu ettaka lirye nga tuwunzika
lowooza nga tuwunzika olunaku lwaliro ngenda kubajjukiza tulina kye bayise the Claim Your Space project egenda kulaunchingibwa abaana aba Youth Line Forum in conjunction nabagambe kusaawa zino NGOs ne ebitongole ebirala ebirwaniza eddembe ly'abantu bibadde bishrinkinga space gye boogereramu ebadde shrinkinga amateeka mangi tulabe civil organizations nga bazigadde NGOs tulabe DGF nga bazigobye ne baziexperinga tulabe nga bafuna obuzibu bungi okay katusooke tumalirize noono hello
kimanyi nzikuwa ennyumba bagimuwa ekyapa takirabako bagagala gitwala
ati kati kyekizibu kye tulina nti oli wayogerako ate ekirala ate ogamba yalidde ekisaawe akabaka akibuwa nkamanyi kali awo kalimu katwala miliyoni oba mmeka naye nga kenkananga
era ennyumba ya gundi egenda bangi amayumba nezizira nebitakola
bibaawe
kikamanye ngaakoza n'owebbwa
nomani kanswere leero kati osiibulidde ddala kubanga era naffe tugenda kusiibula
naye ndiga kyekugambye bwaba tannafuna kyapa
kyemmanyi gavumenti webe muwadde ettaka ekisooka omanyi feasibility first of all it's okay anti kyengamba based on history of course to know the present and the future naye katika nkubuulire wotunulira Jena Habos Limited the advantages of that company to the society are too much. Ndio kitegera nti wokwata n'ofumita ekiso mu jena oba weefumise kyobulaba lwakyoza mu bantu bonna yigoba wadde ettaka
yaliko kati
anti kati olowooza si yalina hit akoze ekintu abala ekibalemye okukola akoze eddagala abantu badde bafa akoze eddagala eriwonya abantu ekitegeeza oyo akola ddagala. Do you know what medicine means? Oba ogenda kufa ne bakuwa eddagala n'owona kati oyo lwaki baba bamukuba ng'okujjawo nga tujjeemu just okubeera partisan n'okubeera opposition every time because for me nze nagambye ne kusooka nagamba I don't go with the bandwagon. I use my brains. Let us start thinking. Let's
we
not
all use
oppose.
our brains. We all use
Let
no
us not
Edgar.
oppose.
We all use our brains. Oli agenda okuopposinga nga ine ensonga ze na ogenda okuproposinga ngo ine ensonga.
Neka tugolaba feasibility study.
It's not a must that you have to be on the same side every day.
But then it is not a must
in the same way.
It is not a must that we have to also do what? We have to object every time. Kyobula mbagamba oluusi wekola
ekintu oli agenda okuobjectinga nga ine ensonga ze lwaki objectinga. Oli agenda okuproposinga nga naye ine ensonga ze lwaki.
Naye wabeerawo abantu nga bo buli ssaawa babeera mu opposition. Towulira nko gavumenti yaawano.
Lilian koze ne munnange Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Producer ye Jeremiah Mukiba tabadde ku kamera ye Teddy Tenjo na Bukeera. Environmental tips abadde Rogers Studio habwe era nga mukyala Teddy Tenjo naye atuwadde mighty fashion tips. Sigenda kubanga nsuka olunaku olw'enkya tusinkane mu musical drive era temusiwa voltage ku ssaawa mpaka ssaawa 3 z'ekiro. Edgar tagenda kusiibula olw'ensonga nti tetukkaanyiza mweraba.
Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.